Holy shit. Fucking hell. Yeah. Yeah. It was worse about half an hour ago.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, yeah.
Was it when's high tide then?
About half an hour ago.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Right.
But the weather was worse a minute ago, earlier.
Right.
It's coming right up, yeah, it's bad.
You post it, do you?
Let's make a little video on it, yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea, yeah. That's a good thing about living down here, isn't it? You get this.
I don't live down here.
Oh, don't you?
No, no.
Well, you're on holiday, are you?
What's that?
You're on holiday?
I just drove down to do a video. It's what I do, I do videos, so.
Yeah,
yeah.
Anyway.
Cheers, mate. Absolutely brutal wind. Just about stand up right now. Oh my god. Don't know if the video does it justice, but it's so bad wind wise over there. Let's go wet again. Wow. Oh my god. So guys, the tide is out now. Actually, technically it's on its way back in now, but it's pretty much at its furthest point out for the day. It's about an hour after low tide, so the tide is turning in here at Dawlish. And we're going to show you the difference between now and later when we have high tide. In around 5 hours time, probably going to be 4 or 5 hours time. The wind is picking up here. Having to stand sideways to stay still. And down there where we were earlier is already coming up over the wall, and it's not even anywhere near high tide yet. I think later it's going to be quite bad. So we're going to walk along the sea wall a little bit. We're going to show everybody the difference between low tide and high tide here during a storm. So at the moment it's about an hour and a half after the lowest tide. So the tide is technically on the way back in, but it won't be at the highest until around 8 PM, I think, around 8 PM tonight, 7:45. So pretty much it's as low as it will be today. Yeah, it's quite far out, and it's already along there splashing up over the wall. No waves over that one, lucky, nice and dry. But on the way down earlier, probably got soaked, that one did. Yeah, as you can see, it's getting pretty rough down there already. Look at these rubber spikes they've got on the wall here. Not sure why they're rubber. Metal probably would erode, I guess, and become rusty and dangerous. So local train coming into Dawlish, probably going to be stopping at the station, this one. Well, in fact, definitely will be. And we've got the sun out as well, sunny at the minute. Very close to where we're stood, this is. And in fact, those back two carriages used to be on the Kidderminster to Birmingham Snow Hill line. They were borrowed, I think, or on lease or whatever. And then when they upgraded, obviously down here has re-leased them back out, or even bought them perhaps, who knows. And that train we just saw is in the station at Dawlish, look. There. And then along the sea wall, about a mile away, there's another train waiting to get in. Very, very busy line here. Main line down to Plymouth, Penzance. Finally it's off. So the time is currently, in fact, I can't check the exact time. It's around 2:30, maybe nearly 3 o'clock. Beautiful rainbow over there. Again, very close to where we're standing. Paynton, that's going to. And we've got the sun out at the moment. We've got a rainbow, sun's out, and there's a ship moored out there. Can we zoom in with it? We can. Two again. Going to Exmouth. So, time is 3:30. 2 hours later than low tide. And here we are. This is where we're up to. The river still flows freely into the sea at the moment, as can be seen right there. But the water's coming up fast. So one of the only fast trains that stops at Dawlish, going down to Penzance. This train from London Paddington, calling at most local stations down to Penzance. That one, quite unusual. Running on diesel down here, no electrification, and nice and dry at the moment, no water. Another one, 10 car. Into the tunnels. And then that one is now waiting by the rough seas. Oh dear. Gonna get a bit wet there, mate. That's why that one's still going around the bend, look. Very, very busy stretch of track here. It's about 1 mile away, that 1 mile apart, I would say. Here we go, time to have a bath, boys. Out to the iconic tunnel and round the bend into Dawlish. There we go. Let's see if this one has a bath then, shall we? Not yet. Getting pretty rough though. Into the cliff. I remember coming to this little bridge here as a kid with my granddad. Same bridge, hasn't been changed at all. Same green paint on it probably as well. This concrete here is new. And there is the first of many tunnels into the cliff corners, sheltering it temporarily from the ocean. But it's a couple of miles of track here. Come all the way from a Dawlish Warren over there around the corner, all the way along into Dawlish, round here, and then of course through these tunnels. And then you'll see when we get round here, it comes back out of the tunnel temporarily, but you can't walk on that wall. It's just a track and the sea. We'll have a quick look around here, and then we're going to go back to prepare for later when it gets really bad. Ugly brown colour. Later on you won't be able to walk along here. No way. There's the sea wall I told you about. We'll have a quick look at this little beach. Used to walk around to this beach. It's a bit more private, but you can't go to the train track, and you can't really go further around the cliff, because if you do, you're going to very easily be cut off very quickly. As you can see, it's just a private cut off little beach here. It looks like they've put some safety stuff on the cliff there. this train going to have a bath or not? So guys, the tide is halfway back in. It's just past 4 PM now, and it's getting pretty rough here, and the wind hasn't even picked up yet. So guys, we're back down here, and the tide is halfway in at the minute. About 3 more hours to go, 2 or 3 more hours to go before fully high tide. And already you can see that bottom walkway is completely now covered, and the waves are fierce. And it's not even very windy at the moment. The wind has actually died down a fair bit, but it's still pretty bad. So everybody, we're just waiting for my premiere to finish on YouTube, and we're going to try and walk along there to the bridge, because the bridge is the view spot for the day that I want to get the high tide in, and I don't want to walk back to the car. But I get a feeling I might be getting a little bit wet if I'm not careful going along there, especially right along the edge up there. So close on the camera, it's strange. So I'm looking up at the drone now, and it's miles away from the wire. Now we do actually have a train track here. I'm not sure whether it's part of the site or not. Don't think it is. That train got washed, you can see all the water coming off it. So guys, basically I want to get to that bridge up there again, and I don't want to go all the way to my car, which is at the other end of Dawlish, and drive up. So we're going to try and walk to the bridge, and there are a couple of places along here which are getting wet very often, and I don't want to get wet. So I'm not really sure how this is going to go. Hopefully I don't get wet, but I'm going to film all of it anyway. I'm going to film the walk. Got some big ass waves coming in now. Really big waves. So there's no better time to try than now. The time now is 5:30. High tide is in a couple of hours, so in a couple of hours I probably won't be able to walk along here. So I'm going to do it. I've got to do it now, and then we'll walk down on the main road after, probably. So let's wait for a calm patch and we'll walk along. I can see a big wave on its way. Let's wait for these two big waves to come and we'll give it a try to the next driest point. Here we go. A rainbow as well. Oh, they weren't even that bad. But the wind is picking up now all of a sudden. Probably not the best time to be doing it. Maybe got a little bit of a mini storm coming in, look. Because we've got a rainbow there, so that means we've got rain somewhere over there. I think now is a good time to get to the next driest point. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh man. If I don't get wet along this walk, it's a miracle. So there's a bit coming up now which is going to be pretty bad. Oh, big one. Oh. Yeah, so this next portion is pretty wet if you look at it. But along there, oh, damn. Is this really a good idea? I mean, look at that along there. I don't know if it's a good idea, you know, but we're gonna just go for it in a minute. Oh. I suppose quicker the better, right? Quicker the better, because further along here is the worst part. Look at that. Flipping hell. To feel the wall vibrating when the water hits that. Oh dear, it's getting pretty choppy now. Oh dear, that's a big wave coming up, isn't it? That one there. Oh, it's already broken, hopefully it won't come up here too much. Let's get let's hurry up. It's quite menacing when you see the waves that big. I mean, obviously you've got the train track there, which is in a way a safety net, because you can just hop over if you really had to. As long as there's no train coming, obviously, which right now there is. there is indeed a train coming. Yeah, so this bit coming up is probably the wettest part. As you can see, what a view. And in the meantime, there's waves coming in. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Yeah, I think I'm going to get wet on the next part. I've got a feeling I'm going to get wet. Oh. Yeah, the back of me got wet then. Maybe we'll go back. I don't want to get wet. That's the only problem. I've bought new clothes to stay dry. I don't want to get wet again, really. And I think along there I'm probably going to get wet, aren't I? Yeah, definitely going to get wet if I go that way, aren't I? Let's take the smart decision, which is not like me. I normally take the impulsive decision. Well, I did, to walk, but obviously, me being me, I'd normally have persevered on then. But the back of my trousers got pretty wet then, and I know that if I keep going, I'll get completely wet through, and I don't want that to happen. I've got a long journey home in the car and I don't want to be wet this time. So what we'll do, we'll go and walk to the car, we'll drive up, and we'll come onto the bridge the other way and do the main filming from there. But it's still a pretty good view from where I am now, isn't it? Wow. Currently got the camera in 60 frames a second, 4K. I've done a few bits today in 120 for slow motion, and I've done a little video in 5.3K just to watch it on the computer. I've never seen the GoPro in 5.3K before, so YouTube won't allow it. YouTube will automatically revert it to 4K. So just for myself, really, to see what it looks like on the screen. So we're at the bridge further up, and it's around about, what time are we looking at now? Let's have a look at the clock. 6:10. So high tide, I believe, is another hour and a half. It's probably going to be too dark then, but between now and then it should be a lot higher. Amazing really how the wall survives so many years of being battered like that. And okay, at one point it didn't survive, it broke, but apart from that, some of these parts here have been here the whole time. It's getting really bad along there as well now, just there. So guys, the train that just went past, the 10 coach train, that was running over a 1 hour late apparently. Exeter to Penzance, 62 minutes behind schedule, and it only left Exeter. So for whatever reason it left Exeter an hour late to go down to Penzance from here. It's 1 hour now till the tide is at the highest. It's probably 6:40ish. It's getting pretty bad down there. Just waiting for that money shot really to catch a train that gets soaked in water. We've had a couple, but none really bad yet. All the big waves seem to happen when the trains aren't here. But the other side is also getting pretty bad. So I'm going to do on this one, I'm going to use a zoom cam to zoom right in and try and catch it being covered in water. Let's have a little zoom in down here. So there's Dawlish. Okay, here we go, next train. I think this train's stopping at Dawlish, to be honest. Penzance to Gloucester. Better not get me wet here. That was very close. That was very close. Didn't even know that train was there. This train is Aberdeen to Penzance, longest train route in the UK, guys. Is it going to get a soaking? Hopefully this side it does. So thanks for watching everybody. We're going to leave Dawlish now. It's approximately 7 o'clock, so another half an hour, 40 minutes or so until high tide. But it's getting very dark, very cold. The wind has died down even more, and I can't see anything major happening here, and even if it does, we won't be able to see it anyway. So we're going to go. Last few waves for the end of the video here at Dawlish. Looks like the new seawall defence they've built is withstanding at the moment the force. How long will it last? This is by far not the worst storm we've had, is it? Not at all. But there we go. Let's get out of here. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a like and subscribe. And I'll see you on another video.